Let's try that again with my mic on. Hello, I'm Alex from A.P.Ink. So I'm going to be picking up where I left off last time. I've been working on this landscape. I've got two references. I'm going to give you both of them right now. This is the reference with a grid on it in case you'd like to kind of measure it out and draw it yourself. And then that's like the clean reference. So last time I started the coloring process. So I've got the colored pencils that I used last time. So I'm going to continue with the sky. I've got a very limited time, so I'm not sure exactly how much I'm going to be able to get done, but hopefully I can progress the sky a bit more. But I am just going to get into this. Okay, so I'm using Crayola Colors of the World by Crayola. I've got light medium almond, very light golden, deep rose, and deep golden that I'm using on the sky. Okay, I'm gonna go over the darkest tones here with this uh, light medium almond. They've used metallic for the lettering on these, which is kind of hard to see depending on the light because of reflection. But I'm going over the dark areas too, not trying to create like seams between the colors. Okay, so very lately, where the sky kind of slips behind the um, mountain ridge here, I'm going to go over with deep rose. I don't want it to be the same depth as the this area up here, but there is a bit more tint to it. So to kind of create a soft gradient, okay, and then while I'm at it, I'm going to touch up the dark areas up here. And because I have created a kind of border here, or like an outline for where the darker shapes are, I'm going to try to feather that out by actually going over it to break up the shape. So like here, to purposely kind of go over where that line is. Okay. Now, just to help push the darkness up towards the very top, I think I used the wrong color. I did. I used the darkest color. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go over the dark areas again with deep golden. If you're doing this or something similar, make sure you check the colors. What color you actually picked up before you just use it. Hello. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the chat. I think maybe... Let me finish this first. Because this brown is lighter than the first brown that I used. It's gonna be a subtle difference. Okay. The dark area here does kind of feather down more than the shapes that I have here. So I'm going to try to feather this out more to try to erase this kind of harsh line, which is showing up a lot better on camera than it is here. But I'm going to feather it down just to this lighter area, which is where the cloud is supposed to be. depending on the time of day, clouds can, well, depending on the time of day and the type of cloud, it can have a color to it. Like dark storm clouds. So it does transition darkest to lightest. So to try to emulate that as I go across. Okay. I'm not done with that, but I wanna go over again with the lightest color. And I'm just making sure I actually have the latest color before I just go into it. To try to kind of darken the cloud shape here. Okay, I'm gonna go over the sky shape, not the cloud shape, with light medium almond. Okay, I think to try to help push the darkest points here and here, I'm going to go back in with deep rose. Okay. Excuse me. I'm gonna go over all of the darker areas again with deep golden. Try to blend this out a little bit. I got carried away. I don't want it to be that dark down here. So with a kneaded eraser, I'm gonna try to lift up some of the tone here, and then I'm gonna have to fix that. Go back in with the deep golden, try and just along where the sky meets the background. Just to slightly darken just through, just here, really. It's not as dark over here, but the sky touching the mountain range, the way the mountain range kind of stands out, it does look like there's almost a line art. Okay, let me sharpen these really quick. This deep rose has a section of broken core. Okay, I think to try to push the darkness here a bit more. I might actually have to pull a darker color because I'm getting really close to burnishing, which is not what I want to do. Just in case you've never heard of burnishing, you can add light layer after light layer, excuse me, of colored pencil until the pencil starts to look shiny. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but it's getting kind of shiny here. And that happens because you've overloaded or like filled the tooth or like grain of the paper. So I think if I'm light with it, if I just go deepest almond just up here, I can try to push the darkness there is um fixative that you can buy, spray over the color. This works for colored pencil or graphite. There, I don't remember what it's called, but there is like a spray fixative that you can get. So if you've gotten to the point where you've burnished, you can continue to add layers. Excuse me. Um, but yeah, I could spray the fixative on this so I could continue to build up the layers, but I'm not done with it. So I feel like that wouldn't be the way to go. So I'm gonna go over with light medium almond to try to blend all of this. Right after I sharpen this again. Okay, I think again with the very light golden for the cloud. Okay. I'm just debating on if I should do fixative so I can continue with this, but maybe next time I'll either work on the bubble or like the background mountain range. Unfortunately, I do have to stop this one here because of the time. If you'd like to see this continued, please make sure that you're following me and that your notifications are turned on so that you're notified for the next time I go live. But other than that, thank you, Asakura, for jumping up in the chat. Thank you to anybody else who watched or watches. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.